We didn't run the Grav. It was always burning since the world turned.
GRAVCast
Oh, you got me one that time.
9 this time, boys. We didn't run the Grav. It's
McCain's
always been
out
burning since the world's been turning. Allegedly. So before we start this cast, I actually looked this up just for like the relevance of our title. So I found a page that said the first Gravity Bong came in like the late 90s, and this guy was swearing by it. But a bunch of comments at the bottom were like, you know, those old-timey stoners from like, you know, the 60s and 70s, like pre-Cheech and Chong and whatnot. They were like, no fucking way. I was in college ripping Gravs in like the 70s. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like hazy where the original Gravity Bong came from. And then I found another article saying like this guy from the Grateful Dead would be a deadhead, traveled around with him, and allegedly made the very first waterfall bong. So I think maybe something came and stemmed from that, where like the own rendition of the Grav had come from that in the 70s, and it was passed around, and then it just blew up in the 90s as like a thing, you know?
Yeah, the waterfall Grav predates the waterfall bong predates the gravity bong, but like all it was a Grav without a base, and you just keep having to fill it with water.
Yeah, like
all the Grav
doesn't
was
like such a pain in the ass.
Something.
Like how annoying would that be? It'd be like, all right, you want to take a rip? All right, I just got to go to my sink real quick. Just give me like a minute. It's just like a big fucking thing, you know what I mean? And
I'm pretty sure that's how like you do it. Like I'm pretty sure the waterfall Grav also didn't just like you didn't have the water in the bottle, because once you pour it in, it would start coming out. Like the waterfall Grav was like a cap, and then some kind of water source, like a hose or like the faucet of a sink, and then you'd light it and like run the sink or run the hose, and that like coming out would create the suction. It was so inferior.
No way, really? Is this like a real thing?
Yeah, waterfall bong. That predates the Grav.
So it's like an attachment, almost like a fucking like a Brita attachment almost. Yeah. Imagine Brita made the fucking waterfall bong.
But it would be like the holes, like more of a modern like kind of Grav, like the ones we use, not that cut off bottom. So it would fill it and then it would start running.
Right. Speaking of Gravs and Super Bowls, it's been our first fucking pod. I just want to get this out of the way. Me being the Bengals fan, since it fucking lost. They lost the Super Bowl. Although I was very stoked about it. I was stoked they were in the game. I was like, all right, they finally made it. I'm going to take this whole moment in. I saw a replay of it come on because the NFL Network was on the other day.
Oh, very proud.
Oh, well, no, I came home because I leave the TV on for Fiona. I came home from work, and literally the last minute, Joe Burrow was running on the field for the last possession. I'm like, oh, Christ. And I just, like, watched it again, and I was like, so close.
It's rough, man. I remember 2004 after the Eagles lost with Brady. It was just like, you just kept watching Donovan McNabb throwing at people's toes, and you're like, oh!
Yeah, throwing 100 feet over the head, throwing at the other team and whatnot. That replay was on the other team, too.
Back when, like, Andy Reid couldn't call plays in big games, too. You just see him on the slip.
Yeah, he was pissed off. Just, like, so confused. Wide-eyed and confused. Big mustache, always.
The Bengals put it out there on the field. I think their one big mistake was going for it on that first drive.
I think it was kind of...
You need to trust your defense more. I think that's showing a lot of faith in your offense, which is good. But I feel like you should also, like, trust your D. You don't know what kind of game this is going to be yet.
Right. And not to, like, we're not trying to peel back too much. We're not a sports podcast. But in defense of that, it's the new NFL, too. Like that's just how people are doing it right now. And it's also the last game of the year. You're gonna pull out a little more stops, take a little more risks than you would. But then with that being said, it's so strange on the 3rd and 1 that they run the ball to make it 4th and 1. You know what I mean? Up against that, I was expecting them to like possibly pass that ball.
I didn't like them throwing it either. The play call, I didn't like. Like, I think if you're going to go out there and set a tone with your offense, at least do it physically. Don't be like, oh, we'll just run, we'll throw it. But I know you're going up against that D line, so it's like shit.
I would have done. Personally, I'm not an NFL head coach, so what the fuck do I know? But I would have been like, all right, run on the 2nd down, and then let's try a pass on the 3rd down if need be. Like I would have flip
you
flopped.
always pick out things like that. You know, it's like I'm not saying the game would have been. It could have been totally different, but I don't know. You never know what could happen. That would change a lot of things.
Yeah,
that's
100%.
the one play that I think they shouldn't have done. The one play that I was like, because everything else, I think they put a good fucking game out on that field.
But I will say at the end of the day, overall, I'm happy. It was a good game. Rams deserved it. I like Matt Stafford. He's pretty chill. So it's like, all right, it's not like they lost. It's not like they lost horribly, and like they have a lot to prove, like coming up in the next few years. You know, with this squad all.
Yeah, they got a lot of big future. The Rams sold out on that team.
Yeah.
They were going for it all this year. They like made it clear too. Like from the beginning of the year, they were like anything short is a failure.
You didn't like the ads, I could tell, because you came up and we were not feeling them that much.
Nah.
What about you, Jordan? How'd you feel about it?
I mean, like, it was tough to watch. Like, and I'm a Steelers fan, but you already know, like, I was rooting for the Bengals. Like, I really wanted y'all to win. And, so, like, it started out with the fucking Rams winning, so I was like, fuck, you know, like.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I saw Odell make the touchdown, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, like, once I see Odell get a touchdown, I was like, this is the type of game it's going to be, I guess.
Yeah. But then they kept it close.
Yeah, but y'all like really ran it close, and like it was a tight game, and like I was like, there's no way, but they're about to fucking win it. They're gonna win it by like some crazy shit. And
yeah, it almost came down to some crazy shit. I would be a lot. I'm gonna throw this out there. I would be a lot more stoked this podcast if they did win. Like. I'm playing it up that I'm happy they made the game. Still disappointing they lose. Worst thing about a Super Bowl is I have to wait 6 fucking months for me to watch them again now. I have to sit with that, you know?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, but, I mean, any playoff loss is like that, too. It just...
Yeah, Grant, that's true. Once you get knocked out, it's like, now I got to wait, you know?
You know they're capable of getting there, and you know they're going to improve that team in the offseason.
Yeah.
But one thing I must say, an interesting take is Jordan, a Steelers fan, rooting for the Bengals just for you because you're his friend. Because I know with like the Eagles, Cowboys, and Eagles Giants rivalry, like I've had friends that were Giants fans, and when they were in the Super Bowl, I was like, I fucking hope the Giants lose.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. Jordan, I'm glad you were rooting for me as a Bengals fan, because if the Steelers are in the Super Bowl, I'd be like, fuck the Steelers. Quite honest, like me and Wooly are from that like grittier generation, you know. Like we were 8th graders when you were in the 6th grade, so you know, like there's a gap. You know what I mean?
Word.
Everybody was on everybody's ass about sports back then. I remember me and you were like looking at each other after the Eagles and Bengals tied, like, what do we do? Because like we were expecting one of us to just have to sit and listen to like.
I think we actually like Phillies Yankees World Series, but reference some Yankees. We actually like got physical over like a debate about the World Series because it was like
calling that home run with the fan reaching over.
No, it wasn't even.
He reached over, man. He reached over.
It wasn't even that. It was before the series. We were just talking, and I was like, Yankees in 5. And you were like, no fucking way. And like, you were just, because I was like really downplaying the Phillies at that point, and it just was like, and then you just like, I think we just said things about each other's teams that just like you just don't say about another man's team, you know?
Yeah.
It just went down.
I definitely insulted the Yankees a lot because I hated the Yankees back then. I'm like, they just spend more money than every other team. We drafted well. That's why I remember saying that a lot. I'm like, the Phillies drafted well. Their scouts did a good job. You guys are just like,
Which, by the way, it's so much fun just yanking on your friends about sports. You know what I mean? Like, those are the good old days. Like, it's good to have people in your corner. It was cool because, like, nobody fucked with the Bengals, really. So it's like, for once, people were actually...
Yeah, but you were also a Yankees fan, so...
Yeah, exactly. It's weird because it's like, I'm so used to being like the evil empire, so to say, like the team that everybody fucking hates. But I'm also like weird for football because it's like the Bengals are like the total opposite. Small market, not nearly as popular, very small brands, never won championship, you know?
I will say, if it were the fucking Ravens going to the Super Bowl, bro, I would be fucking so against it.
Yeah, so you'd be like, way. Jordan just sees purple and just gets pissed off. Jordan goes to McDonald's and sees the grimace, like starts flaring nostrils. You know what I mean?
He goes into the library and just pulls out a book. It just says the color purple. He's like, oh!
Yeah. He sees Whoopi Goldberg, who was in the movie rendition of The Color Purple, and he just starts like clenching his fist, like
he's wearing purple too. He just like drop kicks her.
Yeah. Oh my goodness,
bro.
Oh.
So what? The water boy just runs up to her.
What did you guys think about the Super Bowl ads, though?
I thought there were too many streaming service ads. I felt like, because those ads always suck. It's always just this fucking, compilation of movies. It's like, who gives a shit? Yeah, I mean, like, they're just like, we got this movie and this movie and this movie and this movie, and it's all in this. And it's so like, that's not entertaining.
It was
like same goes for normal ads. Like, even those networks, they should have ran like more specialized ads. It was just the standard streaming ad where it just shows clips of movies and then their name. Like, they should have at least went a little further.
Isn't it crazy when you think about it? Like 15 years ago, you get like either satellite or cable, and it's like you get a package. You get all the networks that provide all these shows. Like, it's not your full disposal, but like this is, you pay for this, and like these are all these networks. Now it's like the networks like have become so fucking, I guess you could say, powerful, or like these production companies have like figured out a way where it's like, no, you can just, and it's so much more accessible with the internet. It's like, no, you can just pay for our content exclusively. And they're like, how crazy.
They are able to do things that network TV can't do. They can, because they're getting money from everybody every month, they can make shows that wouldn't be successful on television in terms of like having to run making that would be really successful on a streaming service if you could get people spread it, word of mouth and stuff. It's like really good.
Oh man, Wooly, I feel like you just chunked out so hard on that. I'm so sorry. And you were definitely making such a good point too. And me and Jordan were like, "Oh shit."
Where did I cut out? I'm back.
Oh, you're back? All right. So you were saying that like how the streaming services, like, it's so much like more in their favor or whatnot, and they have so much more like
niche content for like 10,000 people, and they'll enjoy the fuck out of the show, but like since it's not an ad based kind of thing, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Like, they're paying every month, they can get all these weird fucking shows, and it's just good for them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like they can just indulge in like anything they really want to when they get like their own streaming network and service. And plus, it's like at our own disposal. It's crazy. I can just be like,
Netflix is just pumping out like South Korean shows now.
I remember when we only had on demand.
Yeah, on demand. I remember when that first came out. Remember first you just hit the Comcast button and it's like, oh shit, like you know what I mean? Yeah. You're like, hey, find some stuff. You're like,
you used to be able to skip all the ads. Remember that before they did that thing where it's fast forwarding. It's not allowed on CBS, but then like ABC lets you.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we're cool over here at ABC.
Yeah.
We let you skip the commercials. A lot of channels stop letting you skip, and a few do still. A few channels let you skip their ads, and they're like, they make it a big deal. They're like, yeah, you can skip.
Yeah. I mean, it's enticing. That could be like the thing. If you have no ads, like so many people are just going to be probably more be like, all right, I'm going to stick with that one because now it's becoming.
I did find out a glitch with the Comcast remote one time, where like this one channel wasn't letting me skip, and I just bashed fast forward like 50 times until literally a lightning bolt symbol appeared on the TV. Like it's just a lightning bolt. And
you just unlocked your TV, basically.
I just bashed fast forward a lot. It was like fast forward not allowed, fast forward not allowed, not allowed, not allowed. All right, fuck it, you can do it.
It just imagine you just got stuck into your TV. Like imagine like all right, so you do that and then you just get stuck into the TV, but you have to
change the channel stuff.
No, but you're also fast forward. So you're locked into that fast forward loop, but you're fast forwarding through everything, you know. Like, you know, but you can change it, but you're just like fast stuff. Oh boy!
I think even crazier would be you get stuck in your TV, but you still have the remote, and then you could like just change the channel and you're in like a whole nother fucking show.
There was like a dope Fairly Odd Parents of that. I remember I don't know if you guys remember that one growing up.
Okay, I guess it's not that original. Fuck, I didn't know. Definitely, probably subconsciously remember. I watched a lot of Fairly Odd Parents.
I mean, who didn't at that point? You know, that
I'm
was
still
classic.
mad. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Fucking, it's like a Smash Bros. Ripoff.
Okay.
And I was gonna buy it, but only on one condition. I remember I told my friend Kyle this. I'm like, I'm only buying it if they add Dinkelberg and the dad. That way, if you lose to him, you can go Dinkelberg.
Oh, that
so
would
like
just be everyone.
Like he comes out the lawnmower, hits you in the.
Oh.
Holy fuck.
Well,
maybe DLC, maybe they'll add them later. All these games have fucking post-content, post-release content.
We lost you a little bit. Did you hear? We lost.
I can see Jordan moving.
What's up?
I can hear Jordan. I can't hear K-Stu.
Uh-oh. We're experiencing some technical difficulties.
I'm going to make sure I'm not on the Wi-Fi. Hold on.
Probably are. Look at that Wooly close-up, dude. Do some fucking action shots right here. Wi-Fi, if it's good. Checking the Wi-Fi so we don't fuck up. Checking the Wi-Fi.
I was on the Wi-Fi, yeah. Let me go on the LTE.
Oh, yeah.
It's better with cellular because I'm down here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm far from the router.
It's all good.
It's like when you're in your driveway and shit sometimes, and then it cuts out.
Oh, dude. It's totally fine, too. So it's like we can just keep this going because like, I can actually shout out. So did you guys see that I was on that other podcast, Banana Land, our friends Cody Chows and Sal Nicosia? Did you see I was on that podcast like a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
give that a listen.
Yeah, it's called Banana Land. You guys can check it out. We'll give them a little shout out. Friends of the pod, friends of our pod. We could probably do a whole collaborative episode one day with them. But
hell yeah.
I go over there and we did a 2-parter. So, but all part 1 is like a little messed up because we were doing it the whole time and like literally 30 minutes into the first episode, Sal, you hear it in the episode.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember in the beginning in the intro, you guys are like, "All right, we're definitely recording now."
Yeah, no. That was the beginning of part 2. Part 1, literally, I'm like talking, and Sal just interrupts me, and he goes, "Wait a second, is that switch on your microphone?" And like we look at it, and I was like, "No," and he's like, "Oh, fuck."
So it was just like their microphones, and then just yours was off, so it's just like missing you.
It was missing me and Cody. Me and Cody's end were off, so it's like we couldn't like hear. Only Sal's microphone was on. He's like, "Oh fuck." So we ended up running back for a part 2 episode. That sounds totally great. That's up on there. That's one of their more recent ones as well. But
that's funny. Imagine you guys like did overdubs of it. You're like, "What did we say?" And then you're just like listening to him.
Yeah, he's doing overdubs of our voices, like impressions of us. No, but it was a good time. Shout out to those guys. Pretty funny crew over there. Good crew.
Yeah, I see Cody. He switched to the ASMR chicken. Well, not chicken.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said chicken. Because he got the picture of him eating that crunchy chicken.
He's eating that crunchy chicken for sure. Fucking
That's bold. That's a bold move. I give it up to him for that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people aren't about ASMR like content. I'm not really I'm not someone who gets enjoyment out of it, but it's just like it's like a bold move, I have to say. I respect that a lot.
It's what he's always passionate about. I mean, he seems to like be doing well with it as well. Like it seems to be getting a good reaction that he wants, and if he thinks it's worth it, then fucking like all be, you know what I mean? It's like interesting. It's like crazy to hear like all like the crinkling and the crunching and shit. That's like so fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's like that's the thing. It's like a Netflix show. It's like he was going for that network television, and he was like, nah, fuck it. You know?
He's going way underground now. Hell yeah.
You can make a good amount of people like moderately happy, but he could get some content down that's gonna make people like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's coming back down.
You can get like one person to be like, yo, this is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, so have I told you guys that I've been ripping some of this shit right now?
What have you been ripping?
The
Delta.
Yeah, this like Delta 8 THCO like moon rock shit.
Oh boy.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of fucking like it, dude. I think I'm a Delta 8 guy now. I feel like I'm a Delta 8 bro, honestly. Wooly, I see you shaking your head. Do you not like the Delta 8? Are you not about it?
I'm not about it now, because we're about to legalize anyway. It's like, I ain't gonna hop on that bandwagon after all these years. Just because, like, in a few weeks, they're gonna be opening up shop. It's like, I don't want to be smoking that and then being all like, oh, no, I like this. Because that's totally gonna go away, too, once it's legal.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna want to, like, get the small amount of THC you can extract from hemp when they can just grow a bud.
This is my theory to it. I don't know. I'm trying, like, I'm doing, like, a little more of the Delta 8 so I can, like, lower the tolerance a bit, but still get, like, you know, that little, like, ease, that little bit of, like, euphoric feeling to myself. Yeah. I do some, like, regular bud, too, but, like, I'm just, like, I don't know, like, sometimes when I'm just, like, ripping that, I'm, like, I feel nice. I'm jumped off a little off the ground, but I'm not floating, dude. You know what I mean? So, like, but I also have, like, the weed for me to, like, you know, I want to be, like, Aladdin's carpet. I want to float. I got floaters as well. So I have like little jump and the floaters like all in here. So you know what I mean? If I want my little jump, THCO.
I don't think you can.
What'd you say?
I don't think you could just say float. I don't think floaters could really describe anything other than poop in a bowl case, dude. I don't think you're gonna be able to rebrand with float because you were saying floaters, and I'm like,
all right,
there's
so
only one thing people call floaters, Stu.
Should we just produce our own weed strain? Should we just like make a brand like Runts or like shit like that? But it's called Floaters, and it's like our logo is just like a toilet with a turd in it, but it's like just dank ass weed.
No, I was just like, wait, because you kept saying you're like, I got the floaters, and I'm like, oh no, this isn't. You can't. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, no. I guess listening back to this, I'm gonna also agree.
That's what I think about Delta 8.
I'll be like, you know what? Floaters probably wasn't the best choice of words. I can call it.
I know Jordan's on the wave too.
Jordan, you're my Delta 8 guy. Back me up here. You're just sitting there fucking over there like, oh, I'm eating my noodles and oodles. Like,
fuck with Delta 8.
What do you say? It's nice. It's like pretty nice, you know?
You know, like for work and shit, you get those disposables. Like, dude, you could be stoned and nobody even know it.
I remember going in and I saw him. I'm like, yo, you're selling cards now? He was like, oh, yeah, Delta 8. I'm like, I don't know, man. When he said that, and it's just like, I'm just like,
How much did he selling them for?
40 or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
A lot for it.
I
don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to mess with it just because it's like we've come this far. I'm tired of that kind of like legal loophole bud type of experience. Remember like K2 and shit? Remember someone would be like, wait, we're not smoking weed? Like you take a grab of it and be like, what the? Have you ever smoked that with someone who's just like, yo, you want to smoke?
You take grab of the synthetic K2 weed and you're just like on another planet for 15 minutes and then you're like, I actually feel really sick now. Well, you know what I mean?
It's like, this was
how you felt.
I had people give me a grab of that and I'm like, wait, is this bud? And he's like, K2.
I remember being in high school. I was like a freshman. We were playing JV baseball and I'm not going to name names, but our catcher at the fucking moment took a grab of K2 like, before the game, and I've never in my life seen someone more blasted than the catcher of our baseball team, right? Which is like the worst position.
So you're standing out there like watching him, just like, oh fuck.
He was doing warm-ups. He was doing warm-ups with our starting pitcher. Yeah. He just at one point like threw the ball back, turned around, and just like looked at the sky like off into the distance. And our pitcher at the moment was like, "What the fuck? Like I'm trying to warm up, like you know what I mean?" But man, we lost that game.
The ump's probably like, "Oh, this kid's fucked up."
Yeah,
whatever. So am I.
We weren't that good, so it was just like, that's just how we do it over here.
Imagine he's just like, every time I come do this Barnegat team, they're all fucking fakes.
Yeah, they play. Yeah, that's just the analysis. Like they're just like, oh, good, but they turned it around. You know, the kids aren't smoking K2 anymore, so it's like good.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they are. We don't know.
They're smoking Delta.
They were.
They're fine. More on task.
They're definitely just find that bud, you know.
Yeah. Imagine they find like I feel like I'm gonna walk into Walmart and they're gonna start selling like Delta 8 too. Like eventually.
Remember that kid we saw buying underage liquor?
Yeah, dude, what a good memory. Thank you for taking stalemate away from us, Wooly. Fucking awesome turn. So I
wonder if kids are gonna I wonder if like some weird shops are gonna open that like aren't well regulated, like in like years down the road, like once it stops being like the initial surge. Like, is that gonna happen? Like, is some kid gonna run out with like bags of nug, just like I didn't get carded?
Yeah. 1,000%. It happens already. It's just translate the fucking product.
But either way, we should tell this story because you got the inside the store story. I was in the car and I saw him come out. So you tell the intro.
So we pull up to the liquor store real quick. I pull up in park real quick. I jump in, the hop and pop. Go in to get some ice. I'm waiting in line. This kid's got two racks of Bud Light right in front of me. I'm like, oh, nice. Gonna have a good ass time. Hood up, lanky kid, a little shorter than me. Does the cashier not paying attention at all? There's actually soccer on the TV, and he was just paying more attention to the game that was on, and he was just taking it from him. Didn't even pay mind to this kid's face at all. Kid hands him the money, and it was thanks, man. And then just like basically runs out, and the guy's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you have change back. You had like $4 in change or whatever. So he was like, oh yeah, thank you. I go up and I pay for the ice, and then Wooly, you can take your perspective from this after.
Yeah, like, dude, this kid comes out of the store. I'm gonna have to crouch to show you, but like, he comes out, he takes the hood off, looks both ways with the beers, and then he just starts booking it like with 2 fucking 24 packs of Bud Light, as if he like robbed him or something. Like, I thought either that kid didn't get carded or robbed the liquor store, because he just booked it down the street like he fucking. It was literally like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
And the guy fucking goes up to the kid and he's like, you take that ticket, you run home, and you don't stop for nothing.
You take like, those 2 packs, go home, Timmy, you go.
It was the funniest thing. And like, it was so funny because I knew exactly what happened. Like, no one said a goddamn thing. And I looked and I'm like, oh, that kid definitely just bought liquor illegally.
Everyone just... And they're like sticking their fist out the window, like, we feel you, brother. Hell yeah. Like, hell yeah, we're with you on this one. What a classic story, man. Getting away with underage drinking was always like such a fucking task.
It was exciting. Like, when you started having friends with beards, and they would be like, all right.
Oh, dude, it was like Mission Impossible. I could tell. Like when I was like 17 and like started getting like full facial hair, and I would like go.
This one kid shaved the one day, and this other friend was like, "Yo, what the fuck, man? Like, you were getting beer."
Yeah, exactly. And then he shaved, and then he looks like he was 17 again. Fuck it. And they were like, people were like, "Yo, our weekend's ruined, bro." Fuck.
You and your fucking Gillette and your fucking barber saw, You just
yeah.
Fuck you, bro.
That kid just gets so angry. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it myself. He like takes a Sharpie and like puts like Sharpie on a little thin line. He's like, I'm gonna go do it. He
just draws like the straight squiggly mustache.
Yeah, the Raleigh fingers with the twists and whatnot. He walks up with 2 30 racks and like just to like certain measures more. He's like, Marlboro Reds too, man. But it's just like
just to let you, I don't care about the name drop. It was little Kyle who was yelling.
Oh, of course.
Who was mad. So I'm just picturing little Kyle.
Just like furious. A man who usually is furious too. Oh man. But like I remember one time like I go into the store and we were running short on beer at a St. Patrick's Day party. So I had to go into the liquor store dressed as a leprechaun. Literally, I had a big orange beard, like attachment, had like a big like green jacket, like a hat on, everything. I rolled up 2 fucking more 30 racks. People were like, they just did the double zip, and then I gave them the cash, and I came out, no questions asked, baby. And I was like,
yeah, exactly.
That was
just so like no kid would fucking go in just straight dressed as a leprechaun, but you did.
Yeah, I was audacious enough to take that situation over. And
imagine next year, like it's like Christmas Day, you're like, watch this guy. He just dressed up as Santa.
And that's great moments in underage drinking history right there, you know?
Or like fucking Easter, you're just like, I'll go in there as the Easter bunny.
No dude, full on.
You like put some eggs in the store, like the shopkeeper, like 3 days later. So
yeah,
it's a painted egg, but like a real.
Oh my! I take out the 30 racks. I just put like colored eggs like right where the beer was, and he's like that fucking Easter bunny guy. Like goddamn. Imagine that was my thing. I just like went in every holiday too. Like it's Christmas time, I'm Santa Claus essentially. Halloween, I can basically have free range of whatever at that point. I can just have any, really. I can be a Power Ranger and buy beer. That would be sweet. Oh man, if I could go back, sometimes I just want to go back in time and just like be 18
like
and just like
you're like buying stuff, like see what you can do, like get away.
Yeah.
With it.
I definitely would have done it a lot more. It was always like such a nerve-wracking experience, but like now that I'm looking back on it, like the worst I could have done was like, oh shit, I left my wallet in the car, and then just like not come back. You know what I mean? Like what that clerk's not gonna give a shit. He's gonna be like, another underage kid, whatever. And I just go try another liquor store again.
I remember us trying to get like blunt wraps and shit. I remember Rob fucking crutched on his longboard for a pack of Newports, only for like him to get there like 5 minutes late for the guy who like would sell them, for this other guy who was like, you got
for the guy dropping the hammer. He's like, yo, let me see your ID. As soon as you get to the car, as soon as you ask Newport 100, he's like, all right, let me see your ID. And he's just like,
he crutched on his longboard, like he had the 1 foot in the cast, and he was just like crutching but skating.
Oh, all in the name of cigarettes too.
Oh,
all in the name of both.
It was like the Special X Games or something, man. Like the Special Olympics, but Special X Games. Like Rob should like, if Rob ever like breaks both his legs and is like paraplegic somehow, he should totally like try to start that as like a sport.
These 5 men have a broken ankle and they have to crutch skateboard across 1 mile to get themselves cigarettes before the guy who won't card them. It's just what the fuck. Imagine.
Great lengths.
What great lengths will you go to get a cigarette at that point? I feel like I remember like the great lengths I would go out to on top of this to like go and under drink. You know what I mean? Like the great lengths I would like have to go to be like, yo, apparently this guy across town can buy us alcohol, but like we have to like walk all the way there. We have no ride. He has to like leave or something like that. He only like will do it once a day. You know, like it was like the craziest shit all the time. I remember one.
And you always had to meet him somewhere weird as fuck, or like in the woods or something. And the guy has like a bike chain for some reason. You'd be like, is this guy gonna rob us?
Or even worse, it's like this guy just has to hang out with you. He just like.
But the weirdest thing, like nothing bad ever happened, but it always seemed like it would. It always seemed like the guy was gonna like try to like rob us or some shit. Like he'd show up like with like some kind of weird weapon, like he has like a club or something for no apparent reason. But then always asked for like nothing. Like always was like, yeah, man, I'll do it, man. Just like give me like a black and mild.
Oh yeah, or like,
or like, yeah, man, I'll do it. Just I'm gonna get like a fucking OE and a black and mild, and you know, is that cool? And it's like, wait, man, we expected you to be like, yeah, like I want like $10.
Yeah, no, yeah, straight up, we would have done it, but then they're like, no, I want the $250.
They always ask for way less than you think.
Oh man, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's nice to just walk in. I don't even like get carded anymore. It's like so funny.
Yeah,
I still do every now and then when I shave.
Oh yeah, they're like, no way, Jose, you're not getting in here, young man. Like someone like you just get like.
People fucking card me and they're like, I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking old, man. I'm 27. Like, fuck. My face never changed. I still have like weird, like, it's just the same face.
Yeah. No, you never were like a facial hair dude. Like I remember it like back in the day, you know? Yo, I just want to say right now, I just want to interrupt. I can tell Jordan that can of butter is hitting you right now.
Yeah, look at that.
I've never seen somebody more melted to their table. Like this is a true GRAVCast. We did not start the Grav. Damn.
I can't butter smacking me right now.
You look like one of those like chihuahuas that are like on the internet. You know what I mean? Where it's like the memes. It's like when your homie be like, you know what I mean? It's like the chihuahua.
This Grav is like clogged right now. I forgot to tell you about this crazy dream I had once. So imagine this. I was in like a white blank space, like nothing around, but like I was running a Grav for some reason. and it was clogged, but like there was nothing to poke it with.
So
like you ever see movies where it's just like blank, like there's nothing around? Like I was literally just like in like kind of like Matrix or something. But like I'm just in a chair running a Grav and it's clogged, but I'm like, there's nothing.
I just picture also anything that was around too was just like rotund. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't even poke anything through it, you know, just like a round little thing.
I'm just like, and then I didn't go anywhere from there. Like I woke up then, because you always kind of remember that last part of a dream when you wake up. Who knows where that was going before then? But like I remember that. I remember being like, oh wait, there's nowhere to poke. Then I woke up and like.
It's just like
not clogged.
It's just like Saw 8 or whatever the fuck like movie they're on at this point. Like they're like locked in this room and then they're like, you have to cut off your pinky toe and use the bone to poke through from this ground, like some bullshit like that. You know what I mean? Like Jigsaw. Like,
yeah, they have to solve the puzzle. Like the one guy's like, wait, I know this. It's Grav. He's like, look, we gotta run it somehow. It's like, who's got a lighter? And the one guy's like smoking a cigarette. He's like, I got one. Throws it over. He's like,
it's like coming down to 10 seconds. Oh boy, Jordan, I wish I was on your level right now. You just are all smart. You look like the Raisin Bran song, baby. The brand is where it's just like you look like just a couple.
I know exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. We'll talk about classic cereals for a second. Talk about like what do we like? Some Cocoa Pebbles. Love those. Cheerios.
No, Bootios.
What the fuck is Bootio?
You ain't never seen Bootios before, man?
No, I've never seen that in my life. What is that?
It's like it's chocolate cereal.
It's little chocolate Cheerios, isn't it? Booty holes.
It's like chocolate Cheerios, and they got like a bunch of niggas on the cover of it.
Oh. Do you have these Bootios at your house? Tell me you have Bootios in your place.
No, I don't have the Bootios.
But based on that reaction, you did once have Bootios in your house, where you're like, wait, I might have the box still.
I got the strawberry schmiggles here, but I don't got the Bootios.
They really named the cereal Bootios.
That's a wing. You know what I mean?
So you gotta look it up. It's
big cereal wings, you know?
Yo, while you're down south, try to find Big Red soda, man. That shit's good.
Big Red?
Yeah, it's not cinnamon soda. It's just called Big Red. It's just shares the same name with the gum, but it's not a cinnamon soda. It's good.
Oh. Yeah, I'll try that out.
That's what they used to call Wooly back in the day. Big Red.
Yeah, football coaches and shit. I don't know why. I have red hair, but it's not that red. It's more red than a normal orange hair, you know?
Yeah.
I'd say, though, because really redheads are orange hair.
Also, a little more complicated than saying Alex. You know what I mean? Like it's also.
I had a bunch of weird nicknames.
Oh. Yo, I got a question for y'all.
What are you thinking?
All right, so what is the best/worst concert y'all have been to?
Okay. I can go first because I actually have one like right off the rip. Like, so one time, I got invited to like a rave or something like that, or like so where like a bunch of these SoundCloud DJs play a bunch of house music and whatnot. Totally not my scene really, but I was like, you know, whatever, I'll try something. I was like 18 or 19. I go to the Stress Factory in no, not the Stress Factory. I'm sorry, the Electric Factory in Philly. Stress Factory is a comedy club. As soon as we pull up, like a whole bunch of dudes just like pulling up a bunch of CO2 tanks and like ripping whippets, like paying passing out balloons for like $10 and shit like that. Oh, knock off. shirts of like people selling like whoever like the main DJ was playing that night, you know, like rolling up. So as soon as I get up in the dance floor, I'm just hearing like all this like music that I've never heard before. Because like I said, I'm not familiar with the genre at all. I have no idea the people that are playing. I'm just like, I'm checking this out for the experience. I'm standing there, and I swear to God, I look to my right. There's a dude just had to be on like so much Molly or something. He was getting the fuck down like this. I'm not kidding, guys. I was right near him. He was doing that for like the entire time. Literally that, and like he was in rhythm. Didn't matter what song was on. He literally found the pocket that he could just stay in rhythm and keep it. Like I'm like, how is this man doing this? Like this is like next level. Like that's next level party drug. Like that I can't like understand or like.
Yeah, he's just feeling it. Like
yeah, he was in the music really. There's part, you know, they're taking breaks. Like there's parts where like the DJ's like, all right, like the next guy's coming on, and the guy's still just going, no music playing. He's just going out, fucking hitting it like hard as fuck. A couple minutes later, I'm just like, all right, it's a little weird. The guy in a Spyro suit from the PlayStation games comes up to me, full on Spyro suit. He has like the fucking gloves, and he's just going up to me like this, like. And I'm just,
you're like, dude, I'm not on drugs.
I'm like, I smoked a little bit of weed before this. I can't drink because I was underage and the bar was there. So like they put the underage wristband on me or whatever they do. And so I'm just like, you know, I'm like very sober and I'm just like, what is going on? And this dude just up in my shit like, like that in a Spyro suit. And then that was just it, basically. I was like, oh shit, like this is what goes on at these festivals. I'm like, I just really wasn't that impressed, to be quite honest. I didn't have a great time there.
That's fucking
Wooly?
Mm-hmm.
Wooly,
I haven't really been to any really great concerts. I've been to your shows. I've never really went to any concerts.
Oh shit, we gotta get Wooly to a fucking concert.
I went with Petey and Mike to see, like, I think it was Snoop Dogg and Kid Cudi, I think.
What's going on?
It was nice. It was good. Like, it had a lot of good, like, it was good. The worst had to be NSYNC. I was dragged to an NSYNC concert when I was 7.
Oh, yeah.
My sister won the tickets on the radio. I've told you this, right?
Yes. Yes.
They were a radio call-in winner.
No.
For fucking NSYNC tickets back in like 2001. Like they fucking called. They're like, "You are the winner." And my mom, for whatever reason, who I don't think really liked NSYNC, but was just like so happy for Nicole, was like, "Yeah."
That's just like a weird like 90s 2000s sitcom situation.
My sister and my mom went nuts, and me and my dad were like, "Oh fuck, we have to go to an NSYNC concert."
Yeah, guys. That's such a funny fucking situation. That's like an episode of like
we had a limo bring us in. Like it was like you got a limo and you got like a room in New York for the night.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
It was Madison Square Garden. It was the only time I've ever been to Madison Square Garden.
That's cool.
Fucking NSYNC.
You saw Dirty Pop. That's awesome. What about you?
Me and my dad like left because it was just, you don't understand what a boy band concert was back then. Like even if you liked the music, you're not hearing the music. They literally scream. Like they come out for like NSYNC come out and it's just that's all you hear.
Oh hell yeah, dude. We've seen the South Park.
My dad just walked out. I remember we got like a hot pretzel. My dad was like, "You want to go get a hot pretzel?" And we literally just sat, like, we just kind of walked around. Like, we didn't want to go in there. But Dad's like, my eardrum blew out.
Oh, that's just like the time. That's just like the moment your dad's like, "You want to try your first bourbon, Alex?" You know what I mean?
It was just a shit night for us. We were like, what the fuck?
What about you? What do you think?
Alright, so the best concert I went to was Kendrick Lamar and Travis Scott. And
hell yeah.
And the worst one was Dave East.
Which I went with you to that concert, but like it's not the worst because of his performance, honestly.
No, he was a good performer. He did awesome. It was cool seeing him. I caught a $100 bill at that. That was awesome. Remember that?
Yes, from one of the openers or whatever. They just threw money in the stands, and you're just like, oh, sick, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So like the problem with that concert was like the fucking sound guy was doing terrible.
Oh yeah. Terrible. Did not sound there.
Yeah, and like at the end of the concert, Dave East walked off, and he was like, "Yeah, fuck the sound guy."
Yeah. And everyone was kind of just like, "Yeah, fuck the sound guy." Like, poor sound guy at that. But granted, that's just not a great venue, honestly, where it played at. So it's like it's not even a venue anymore, honestly. It's just like an empty
the sound guy's like, I don't know what to do with this space, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no idea what he was doing.
Found out like the sound guy's just like, it's the building, man. It's the building. You gotta burn it down. They like burn down the fucking place.
Everybody just chases the sound guy out the door.
Yo, Kieran.
Yo.
So like, I remember you told me this once. Wasn't there this one concert you went to? I think at the same venue, and you were like trying to smoke a cigarette or some shit. And this dude like asked you for a cigarette, and he was like, "Yeah, I just got my car stolen."
Yes. This is the story. I wasn't trying to smoke a cigarette. I was outside the venue just chilling, waiting for to go inside because George didn't know that. And this guy comes up to me. His shirt has like some blood on it, and I'm just like, oh fuck, like what is going on right now? He's like, hey, can I borrow one of y'all phones? And then like my friend like let me use the phone. He's like, yeah, man, my car just got stolen. Like what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like right now, and like the police. I told the police, and he was like, I can't jurisdict in this area. I'm only like doing crowd control, man. Sorry, you have to call the police in this township. And he was just so fucked. Yeah, it was so messed up. Like the cop did not care that the guy's car got stolen at all. So messed up, right?
Yeah, he's just like, that's not my department, basically.
Yeah. He's like, wait, so he stole your whole car?
That's like when you ask a guy, that's like your car gets stolen, and it's like you're in a grocery store. Like when you go up, like, you know, you guys have the paprika. He's like, hey, man, I'm a cashier. You're gonna have to ask someone in the spice department.
Yeah, there's no spice department too. That's the best part. Yeah.
The guy just doesn't know what he's talking about. He's like, I'd imagine they have like a guy for that. Like every aisle, there's a guy. Yeah. Imagine if it was like that. It's like there's the bread aisle guy. He just stands in the bread aisle.
Or like for cops,
keep stocking it like every time it's empty.
For cops, they're just like, dude, I only do like traffic stops and like DUIs. Like you're gonna have to talk to like vehicle theft. You know what I mean? Like for that guy. He's like, they're pretty hard to get a hold of this time of day, honestly. So just
that reminds me of when I went to this nightclub. So I went to see the Babies after show at the nightclub, and I was drinking a little bit and smoking, and
a little bit.
Yeah, eventually go home. And so I got in my car and I went to go and pull off and leave. But like for some reason, like when I was like doing my little K turn out, when I was leaving, there was this fucking like parking median right in the middle of fucking nowhere, bro. And I just fucking like trucked it with my brand new car that I bought.
Oh, jeez.
And like it just shut off. It stopped working completely. And like I was like I was like tuned up. And like the baby like just left the concert too, so like there was cops everywhere. And fucking I was like,
close, like they make it where like you can't go every way. They close certain paths and then they direct you. I feel like there was probably a cop who was like, no, that's not
Yeah. He's like, no, you're running right into the median. And you're just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, bro. So I hit my shit. I hit that shit and my car shut off. And then I was like, well, I got to move my car before I'm like toast. Because like if I got like breathalyzed or some shit, I probably would have gotten in a little bit of trouble. And,
right. You're just like a little over. You're like right there. You got like a drink or two.
I probably was. I wasn't sure. Like I only had like a Mickey and like I was drinking earlier that day. But like so this cop eventually pulls up on me. And like this guy, he had no idea what the fuck he was doing. I think he was drunk. Because like he started fucking with my car. Like he's like, what if you hold the push down? Like when my car is clearly like dismantled or whatever. Like what it was the fuse and the battery snapped. So I had to fix it. Yeah. And he's like, I'm telling him like there's no power, there's no nothing in my car. And he's like, what if you hold the battery down? And like he's like fucking with my car like so much. Like
he just starts massaging it. Like, what if you treat it a little dirty? Like, you know what I mean?
I was like, he might as well have said that. Like he was fucking so lost. He had no help. And then he was like, "Oh, hopefully you won't be here when I'm gone, or when I come back."
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just left.
I'm still here, guys. I had to hit it. I'm at 20%.
He just like comes back and he just like kicks you in the nuts and steals your wallet and then just fucking leaves again. like,
no. The guy was literally no fucking help.
Oh, that sucks. Well, boys, I think it's about that time for us to slow it all up. So what did we even talk about this GRAVCast? I feel like it was just like a big blur right now.
We talked about the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, we talked a little Super Bowl. We got a little in depth about that.
Delta 8 cards. Oh, I did want to say one thing. Imagine there was like a Larry David part of that Super Bowl ad where he was just like, Delta 8 card. Delta THC? No one's going to want to smoke that. Like, imagine there was a...
But he's going to be right when it goes legal. You know what I mean?
A lot of crypto ads.
Yeah, there was a very lot of them. But it's the new world we're living in.
That shit will die down.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we talked a little Super Bowl. Talked a little bit about the ads. Talked about Jordan going to the club. Going to the club. Shitty concerts and whatnot. Fucking people inspired. I guess let's fucking hit it, boys.
Yeah.
I gotta get this set up real quick. Let's rip it, boys.